The Global Investment Vehicle, or the GIV as we call it, is a partnership we've recently established with our institutional shareholder, Crédit Mutuel. It's intended to allow us to do two things. One, to augment our balance sheet capital to allow us to invest directly in real estate operating companies worldwide. Two, it's to allow us to readily access institutional capital to co-invest in those real estate operating companies. Over the past 15 years, we've predominantly been investing through closed-end institutional funds. It's a great structure and strategy. There's one problem, however. There's an arbitrary disposition period after 8 to 10 years. And the problem from the standpoint of our portfolio companies is that we have to sell out of those holdings. And it's very frustrating for some of our management teams. They want to forge long-term, durable partnerships with us, with foreign partners. So now that we can invest from our balance sheet, we can tell these management teams that we have the opportunity to have lasting partnerships with them. And that's much more satisfying for those portfolio company management teams. With the GIV, we're completely unconstrained as to geography and property type. We can invest anywhere, selecting from a top-down perspective those themes, those sectors, those geographies around which we have the most conviction. So we gather all of our senior investment professionals. We lean very heavily on our advisory committee, which is comprised of our internal staff as well as the members of our institutional shareholder, Crédit Mutuel, to identify those themes around which we have most conviction. And then we find real estate operating companies that we think can deliver value within those sectors and geographies. Those are our best ideas. At the end of the day, we believe very much in the idea of risk-adjusted return. So returns should match the risks that we see in the geographies and the sectors in which we invest. That being said, generally we're looking for returns in the 15 to 20% range, compounded year over year over the investment period that during which we're going to be deploying the capital. As you know, we invest over the entire life cycle of real estate enterprises, all the way from startups to late-stage investments. But some of our recent investments do show that entire variety. Recently, for example, we invested in a company called Workspace Property Trust. It's a startup business based in the U.S., comprising investments in the suburban office sector, starting in the Philadelphia region. It's a sector that's really unloved and out of favor, and characterizes very much what we like about the GIV, the ability to invest in a business in partnership with a management team that we've known for quite a long time. We acquired initially a portfolio of $250 million of suburban office properties in the Philadelphia area. We're now closing on a second portfolio of nearly $1 billion of office properties in partnership with a group of institutional and high net worth individuals, at nearly a 9% initial unlevered yield. After leverage, our yield on investment will be in the double digits. We're really excited about this portfolio. One of our most exciting investments in this part of the world is something we call Project Boomer. It's a recent investment in Australia involving the senior living sector. Because of the aging demographics in Asia and also in Australia, we really like the senior living sector. We've acquired beds in Perth all the way to Queensland, and we expect to use this as a foundation for a roll-up, building what we think will be a first-in-class leader in that sector in partnership with a fantastic management team. Europe is going to play a very important role in the GIV, and one of our really exciting projects now is partnering with a major global student housing company to help build first-class student accommodations for American students traveling to Europe for student exchange experiences. There we're finding culturally exciting buildings and restoring them to serve as student dormitories and student classrooms in cities such as Rome, Barcelona, Berlin, Copenhagen, and Paris.